Two community archaeological digs, prompted by the detective work of local historian Dr. Francis McCorry, have unearthed a human settlement dating back to Neolithic times in a field near Lurgan. The land is known as Kilmocholmog, or Church of My Little Coleman. Around 450 people have taken part in the digs or visited the site, including school pupils and college students. Funding is being sought for another dig to unravel more of the mystery of Kilmocholmog.
The field name means Church of My Little Coleman, after St Coleman. Within the local community there was a sort of a tradition that this was a site of an early medieval church and graveyard. We decided to run it from the start as a community dig, and we were overwhelmed with the response. We had around 150 volunteers for that week. We talked to the archaeologists, and they then recommended that we come back and do a longer dig over 3 weeks. And we had a large number of young people involved. We also reached out to a couple of schools, so Gerard O'Hagan from Lurgan Model, he brought his class down and had a great time by all accounts. St Teresa's Primary School as well, which would be probably the closest school to the field. They brought their P7 class down. And we also had the sort of an older teenager group from People First, which is like a vocational training centre.
David had got in touch with me to say that there was an archaeological dig that Queens were involved in. They were looking for St Coleman's Church, which was a medieval church which has been hearsay in the Lurgan area for the last nigh on 800 to 1,000 years ago, and my children were allowed to experience that. They might have experienced a little bit of it when they studied the Vikings, but then I brought them into it and I started talking about St Coleman's and about the word kill and the old Irish words and things like that. We had a local historian called Jim Conway, and in fact Jim accompanied us that day on our dig as well. That was living history, and that's what it's all about. You're creating that education experience where it's first hand. It's not second hand from a book. The local volunteers and the professors from Queen's were excellent with the children. They only think of university as something their brother or sister or their mum or dad or auntie or cousin has gone through. So in that sense, it was a great experience. So there you go, you've got your literacy skills in there. As I say, you've got your world around us coming in, and then you've got your communication skills as well, and just working in groups.
The dig itself, from an academic point of view, provided further evidence this was an early medieval site of considerable importance. One of the most important finds actually was a fragment of a blue glass bead. And that was actually found by young Noah, and I think Noah was 5 or 6. This is a site of real importance that nobody knew anything about, but because of this dig, because of all the involvement of the community, we've put a new site on the map.